your voice, your vote. This is ABC7 News.
Good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thank you very much for joining us. We are expecting to hear from former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris. Here's a live look in Wilmington, Delaware, where the two will come on stage at any minute. We'll bring that to you live as soon as it happens. President Trump has not announced whether he will speak tonight.
For the Biden camp, this has been a very good day. He surged ahead in Pennsylvania. Winning that state would all but lock up the election. Biden also took the lead in Georgia, but by the narrowest of margins, about 4,200 votes. The state is planning to do a recount. The former vice president also saw his lead widen to about 22,000 votes in Nevada. President Trump is gaining ground in Arizona. He's sliced the deficit to about 38,000 votes.
On the peninsula, a post-election audit is already underway to ensure the accuracy of the results. ABC7 News reporter Chris Reyes got a first-hand look at how the process works in San Mateo County and why it's an important part of making sure the public knows their vote is counted.
White is 0.
Using 3 10-sided dice, this team is randomly picking precincts to include in a manual tally. Just one of a number of ways that San Mateo County elections ensures accuracy of the vote.
And we get to 1% of the total votes cast. Those ballots in those batches that contain those ballots will then be pulled and they will be manually reviewed by the human eye.
Just picking the precincts took at least 2 hours with a team of 4 on hand. Observers were welcome. Yo-Yo Choi is a candidate for city council in Millbrae. He wanted to see the process for himself because he's only ahead by about 40 votes. It's not lost on him that his race mirrors the much bigger one that everyone's watching.
Just like across the country, every single vote counts.
San Mateo County Elections runs a tight ship for making sure those ballots are counted. Every worker here goes through a rigorous background check. The technology is a closed system. Every single ballot is verified manually, and there's more.
In our operation here, we have a 2-person integrity process, and that is that wherever there is a live ballot, there must be at least 2 election workers in that room.
San Mateo County is expected to record its highest voter turnout ever. Voter education took place as early as September last year to build public trust. Trust they hope won't be eroded by what's happening on the national stage.
So it's unfortunate that 1 or 2% of the actual votes cast that are challenged tend to cast a negative picture on the electoral process.
The tally here begins on Monday. That process takes a week. It's open to the public. Voters also have until December 1st to cure their ballot should it be challenged in any way. In San Mateo, Chris Reyes for ABC7 News.
The overwhelmingly blue Bay Area has a few locations where GOP support is strong. Solano County has the largest proportion of Republican voters. ABC7 News reporter Leslie Brinkley traveled there today to speak directly with voters about how they're feeling as the results come in.
Solano County is diverse, stretching from the Bay deep into the Central Valley.
We have 260,000 registered voters. 60,000 of those approximately are registered as Republican.
Solano County obviously is a Republican stronghold because it has such a strong military presence with Travis Air Force Base.
Approximately 30% of those who voted by mail and 55% of those who went to the polls voted for President Trump here. This Biden supporter was surprised to hear the numbers.
I didn't realize there was that many Trump supporters here.
At this grocery store parking lot in Fairfield, it's not at all difficult to walk up to people, strike up a conversation, and find Trump supporters who are willing to talk. Some even mention they've gotten some backlash on social media for their views.
And I never would have thought in a million years that I would get some of the commentary on me just having a different opinion, me not being liberal.
I supported Trump, but a lot of people say that's racist, even though he did mention that he's going to donate $500+ billion towards black communities.
With people on Facebook, they badmouth Trump, and I always say President Trump. He's our president. It's just like tomorrow, if Biden is our president, I will say President Biden.
Going into the weekend, there could be more visible reactions.
I'm getting calls from organizers at the grassroots in Napa, Solano. We're getting calls in Marin County and, of course, Southern California.
However the election ends up, I'm not going to be protesting. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to yell at people that supported Biden. Because at the end of the day, I think everybody wants the country to be better.
In Solano County, I'm Leslie Brinkley, ABC7 News.
And tensions are running high in Brentwood after a Trump supporter hung an effigy of Joe Biden outside his home. Demonstrators gathered outside Brentwood City Park for a protest just a short time ago. Sky 7 video shows several dozen people waving rainbow flags and holding signs saying racism is a pandemic too. Nearby business owners boarded up their windows as a precaution. Overnight, vandals targeted the home where the effigy was displayed. A group of young people threw eggs at the house and broke the window of a truck parked in the driveway. This came after an angry confrontation earlier in the evening. Brentwood police are investigating the vandalism.
Berkeley's mayor is declaring victory on a local ballot measure to create an independent police accountability board. It will replace the current police review commission. Berkeley's mayor says the board will have authority and resources to thoroughly investigate misconduct, allegations, and review police policies to protect civil rights and liberties and address racial and other disparities. Former San Francisco District Attorney George Gascon declared victory today in the race for Los Angeles County District Attorney.
You will have a partner when we're doing the right things. Now, for people that are doing things that are harming our community, for people that are doing things that are criminal, you will be held accountable.
Gascon, who also served as San Francisco's chief of police, promised to hold police accountable for unjustified killings and said he will not pursue the death penalty. His opponent, Jackie Lacey, was the first woman and black person to run the office, but was criticized by Black Lives Matter activists. We've been updating election results on our website for all the races, including the state and local ones. For the latest anytime, go to abc7news.com/election.
All right, we'll have more election coverage coming up, but first, let's turn to the weather for a moment. Did you notice how cold it got today? Meteorologist Sandy Patel is here with the forecast. Sandy.
Yeah, Dan and I'm a double-digit drop in temperatures today, so it was definitely noticeable. Let me show you live Doppler 7 right now. We do have some cold showers rotating in as the wave behind the front that passed through is coming in. Street level radar, Woodside, Portola Road. You will notice Portola Valley seeing some wet weather, and that is going to continue to remain scattered in nature. It's a level 1 for tonight, early tomorrow morning. Spotty showers, high surf, chance of thunder and hail, and those wind gusts 25 to 35 miles an hour. Now, the winds have been stronger. We've seen some of the higher elevations gusting as high as 45 to 50 miles an hour. So here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. Scattered showers tonight between 9 and 10 p.m., and then it continues into the wee hours of the morning before it all winds down. 24-hour temperature change down 25 degrees in Ukiah, 24 degrees cooler in Concord, Livermore, 19-degree drop in San Jose. Wind is definitely making it feel colder than it is out there, gust to 32 Mount Diablo right now, and that wind is also churning up the surf. High surf advisory until midnight tonight. Look at the wave heights right now, 10 to 16 feet. They could be as high as 22 feet. I'll be back with an hour-by-hour look at the weekend forecast and let you know how long this chill is going to stick around. Dan?
Okay, Sandy, thanks. To track the forecast on the go and find out what's happening where you live, go to abc7news.com and the ABC7 News app.
Now to developing news. Scott Peterson was back in court today via video conference. He could have his 2004 murder conviction overturned after the state Supreme Court ordered a new hearing to determine if he should be retried in the deaths of his wife Lacey and their unborn son. ABC7 News reporter Melanie Woodrow has more from today's hearing.
Scott Peterson's attorney says his client has waited long enough.
I think given the fact that it's been 15 years, he's been extraordinarily patient. But the day has come now, finally, and he is going to get his chance to be heard again.
Peterson appeared in San Mateo Superior Court via video conferencing. This after the California Supreme Court overturned the death penalty for Peterson in August. Peterson's attorney, Pat Harris, says that was because a judge did not ask jurors a required follow-up question. Peterson waived time for the speedy retrial of the death penalty so that the court could take up another issue tied to his murder conviction first. A juror didn't disclose a domestic violence-related issue, calling into question Peterson's murder conviction.
If that is granted, the entire trial would be retried, likely.
Janie Peterson is Scott Peterson's sister-in-law.
Scott's innocent, and somebody else committed this crime. And we're going to have an opportunity to not only show that he's innocent, but show the evidence we have of culpability of other parties.
There's been a lot of new evidence uncovered. There are going to be a lot of things that were not presented at the first trial that will be presented. So I think he is very, very optimistic, and I think he feels very excited that he is going to get his day in court.
Prosecutors did not comment. If they are successful, there will not be a retrial. Peterson will be back in court in January. Melanie Woodrow, ABC7 News.
We are seeing another surge in coronavirus cases. California reported more than 6,500 cases today, marking the state's largest single-day increase since August. The Johns Hopkins University COVID tracker shows nearly 122,000 cases in the United States, the second day in a row of more than 100,000 cases. Worldwide, the number of cases is at more than 49 million. Europe has been hit particularly hard, with Italy ordering a new lockdown and France reporting a record number of cases.
There are some hopeful signs for a nasal spray that could prevent coronavirus infections. Researchers at Columbia University Medical Center found a spray that protected ferrets from becoming infected. It's a small study, but the treatment was 100% effective. Scientists say ferrets have lungs that are similar to human lungs. And UCSF is working on a nasal spray called Aeronabs. Used once a day, it could provide reliable protection until a vaccine becomes available. And let's take a live look in Santa Cruz now, where tomorrow the beach boardwalk will become the first amusement park in California to reopen. Workers spent the day getting the rides ready, but not everyone will be able to enjoy them. ABC7 News reporter Chris Wynn has the story from Santa Cruz.
California's oldest amusement park is getting ready to welcome back more of its visitors after the pandemic shut down its famous rides in March.
We hope you enjoy your day at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk.
But there's a slight catch. For the first time in its 113-year history, the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk will have to restrict access to its most popular attractions to comply with reopening guidelines that have been set by the state.
We're ready to move and change our operations as needed. I think the name of the game in this time is to be as nimble and flexible as possible.
Admission to the rides area will cost $25 per person and provide access to a 2-hour reservation, which caps at 300 people per session. For now, only Santa Cruz County residents can go on the rides, but if you live beyond the county's borders, you're not totally out of luck.
We'll have food, we'll have retail, we'll have games. We'll also have our miniature golf open and available to guests, as will be the boardwalk bowl.
The reopening was made possible after the county moved into the orange tier of California's blueprint for a safer economy. Rides can continue to operate as long as they don't go back into the red.
There's less crowd and I get to really see it and get to take some good pictures, and that's going to be my memories.
Visitors say they're glad to take in some of the beach boardwalk experience, regardless of the activities that are available.
I'm here with my kids, having a great time in Santa Cruz and on vacation, so it doesn't get more positive than that for me.
In Santa Cruz, Chris Wynn, ABC7 News.
Let's turn your attention back to our election coverage. This is a live picture from Sky 7 of Twitter headquarters in San Francisco. An anti-Trump group called Refuse Fascism Bay Area is staging a protest claiming Twitter is playing a key role in enabling the president to lie about the election results. Twitter has also come under attack from President Trump and Republicans, who say the platform is censoring his speech by flagging some of his tweets. The 2020 election certainly has been one for the record books, with history being rewritten in so many races, including one in the South Bay. ABC7 News community journalist Dustin Dorsey caught up with the newest member of the California State Assembly who broke barriers in his own backyard.
Most people in their 20s still living with their parents in the Bay Area are just starting to figure out what they want to do in life. While South Bay native Alex Lee checks the boxes of living at home at 25, he had bigger plans for himself.
After nearly a year of hard work and commitment to our community, I'm happy to announce today that we have won the primary election in California's Assembly District 25.
Following a landslide victory over his competitor, Republican Bob Brunton, Lee, a candidate endorsed by Senator Bernie Sanders, officially rewrote history.
I have the distinction and responsibility to be a lot of firsts in California. I'm the first openly bisexual state legislator in California, the youngest Asian American state legislator, and the first Gen Z state legislator. That is an immense responsibility to make sure that the more young people, more progressives are elected after me and break those and shatter those records.
Lee hopes to be an inspiration to the next generation of aspiring lawmakers because he was once where those young hopefuls are now. After graduating from UC Davis as the student body president, Lee grew his knowledge as a legislative policy advisor for Senator Henry Stern and Senator Evan Lowe. Working behind the scenes, Lee said he learned the immense potential for good that the state legislature has, and now has the chance to be that change with his district of San Jose, Fremont, and Santa Clara in mind.
As someone that's born and raised here in the South Bay, what does it mean for you to now be able to represent this area?
I am homegrown here in this community. It's the honor of my life to be able to represent my home district. I grew up here, lived here basically my whole life, and I'm going to be thinking of them, my friends, my family, my community members, and all the great people I've met on this campaign when I'm making decisions up in the state capitol.
In San Jose, Dustin Dorsey, ABC7 News.
It was a record election day for women in the House of Representatives. According to the latest ABC News projections, at least 106 women will serve in the House. That breaks the record of 102 women set last year, and 46 of the 106 are women of color. Republican women also made new gains with at least 24 wins, falling just one short of a 2006 record. All right, it is definitely chilly out today, so let's get another check of that weather.
Yeah, it feels like November now. Meteorologist Sandy Patel is here. Sandy.
Yeah, we're just getting you ready for the holidays. All right, Dan and Alma, there is a chill that you cannot miss. Let me show you live Doppler 7. The front came through earlier this morning. The winds were just howling for parts of the Bay Area. As you take a look at live Doppler 7 now, we are tracking a few showers right now, taking you down to street level around Woodside, Los Altos Hills. You will notice Central Drive street level radar. Those showers will continue to pop up just about anywhere. Tonight into early tomorrow morning, it's a level 1 on our storm impact scale. So do expect spotty showers, rough surf, a chance of some lightning and hail, wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 35 miles an hour. Here's a live look from our Mount Tamcam, and you can see that the atmosphere is not exactly stable. Temperatures at this hour in the 50s. We have 49 degrees in Los Gatos. Now, if you are getting out of town and you are heading out, let me show you the forecast. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy to gusty, upper 50s to low 60s for our Bay Area airports. Showers expected in Honolulu, 86 degrees. New York City, sunshine. Same thing for Chicago, both in the low 70s. And Los Angeles will be looking at wet weather with 61 degrees for a high. Speaking of wet weather, here's the second wave of the same system that is coming through right now. And that cold air continues to filter in with the instability. We are also seeing the snow showers over the Sierra Nevada, where a winter weather advisory remains up until 10 p.m. tonight above 5,000 feet. Travel difficulties, certainly, 3 to 6 inches of snow. Higher peaks will see up to 8 inches. And a winter storm warning is what it becomes tomorrow afternoon through Sunday afternoon. We're looking at 3 to 8 inches above 4,000 feet. Highest peaks up to a foot. Heavy snow will make it tough to travel up there, so I'd just hold off if I were you. The hour-by-hour forecast showing you where those showers are coming in. Tonight, 8 p.m., you will notice very scattered in nature, not a lot of rain expected, a few hundredths to maybe a quarter of an inch. 11 p.m. the showers will be focused in the South Bay, and as we head into the wee hours of Saturday, don't be surprised if you do see a pop-up shower or two. But most of Saturday is actually looking dry. It's just going to be a mix of sun and clouds and that chill. You'll feel it in the morning. Temperatures 30s, 40s. Tomorrow afternoon, you're going to be looking at anywhere from mid-50s to low 60s, a breezy day. Get those jackets, sweaters out in case if you haven't done them yet. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. The AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Early chance tomorrow, gusty winds. Morning chance on Sunday, but that's going to be isolated. A cool, windy Sunday afternoon. And then get ready for freezing cold conditions in the valleys Monday through Thursday. Afternoon highs will only be in the 60s. Increasing clouds leading up to a chance of showers next Friday, a week from today. I'm just glad that we're seeing something in November and not having to wait till winter.
Yeah.
Alma and Dan?
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. It's Speedo weather for folks in Buffalo compared to what you. Thanks a lot.
That's
so
an image.
True.
All right. The fight to end Alzheimer's takes to the streets in San Francisco tomorrow morning at 10. The annual gathering will be COVID safe as walkers raise money for Alzheimer's research and family support services. There is still time to sign up by texting ALZWALK, ALZWALK, to 51-555. You can walk anywhere. ABC7 has organized a team with the hope of smashing our $25,000 fundraising goal. You can join our team or make a donation at bit.ly/ABC7 Memory Makers. ABC7 is a proud sponsor of the walk.
We sure are. Now, finally for the moment, an English doctor has found a connection with a playful gray seal. Ben Burville likes to go diving and recently developed a rapport with the seals in the water off the coast of northeast England. In this footage posted on Twitter, you can see a mischievous seal sneak up and try to remove his hood. The gray seal can weigh from 220 to 680 pounds. They get pretty big. Ben says the seal seems to have the ability to differentiate between the diver's suit and his body. That's fun.
Let's hope.
Yeah, right.
Very interesting. All right, well, we are expecting to hear from former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris tonight, but they haven't yet taken the stage in Wilmington, Delaware. This is a live look. The presidential race hasn't been called. Several states are still counting votes, so we are, of course, staying on top of everything. But for now, that is it for us. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. For Sandia Patel, all of us here, we appreciate your time. Connect 24/7 on the ABC7 News app and ABC7news.com.
As we all fight the coronavirus pandemic, California is mandating face masks to stop the spread. That's why ABC7 wants to remind you to wear a mask for you, your loved ones, and your community. Please, wear because you care.